Maya Thompson used to love mornings. She loved the way sunlight slipped through her curtains. She loved choosing outfits that felt like pieces of her personality. She loved the quiet confidence of new beginnings. But by mid-October, mornings had become battles. Her alarm would ring at 6:45 a.m., and instead of stretching, she would stare at the ceiling and feel it. The weight. The heaviness sitting on her chest. School wasn't just school anymore. People think bullying begins with something dramatic. It rarely does. It begins with a look, a whisper, a laugh that lingers half a second too long. For Maya, it started in maths class when she corrected the teacher. Not rudely, not arrogantly, just accurately. Liam Carter leaned back in his chair and clapped slowly. "Wow, future Prime Minister over here." The class laughed. Maya smiled politely, unsure what she had done wrong. But something shifted that day. Liam decided she was a target. Liam wasn't cruel when teachers were watching. He was clever. He understood timing. He understood performance. At first, it was commentary. "She talks like she swallowed a dictionary. Do you rehearse your answers at home?" Then it became imitation. He mimicked her voice when she read aloud, exaggerated her posture, turned her intelligence into a joke. And people laughed. Not because it was hilarious, but because laughter is safer than silence. Because laughter means you're not the next target. Digital damage. The real damage happened online. One evening, Maya's friend request notifications exploded. Strangers were following her. Mocking comments appeared under old posts. Someone had made a fake account using her name. They edited her school photos, stretching her forehead slightly, widening her eyes. Subtle changes, but enough to distort. The bio read, "Professional try hard." Her stomach dropped. The worst part wasn't the edits. It was the comments from classmates. Accurate. Finally, someone said it. Her fingers hovered over the screen. Delete. Respond. Ignore. She turned her phone off instead. But you can't switch off humiliation. It lingers. Isolation. Gradually, Maya started shrinking herself. She stopped answering questions. She stopped making eye contact. She walked quickly between classes, shoulders curved inward. She noticed something heartbreaking. When Liam made a joke now, people didn't hesitate to laugh. It had become normal. She had become the punchline. In the cafeteria, she sat at the end of the table. Conversations continued around her as if she were fading into transparency. And maybe she was. Bullying escalates when boredom sets in. Liam needed new material. So, he created it. One Friday afternoon, whispers began spreading. "Did you hear? She cried in class," she reported someone. "She can't handle a joke." By Monday, the story had transformed. She tried to get someone expelled. She's obsessed. She thinks she's better than everyone. None of it was true. But rumors don't need truth. They need repetition. The breaking night? That night, Maya didn't sleep. She scrolled through comment threads about herself. Screenshots passed around. Memes using her face. Her chest felt tight. Her reflection in the mirror looked unfamiliar. She whispered something she had never admitted before. "Maybe if I was different." But the sentence didn't finish. Because deep down, a tiny part of her knew. This wasn't about her. It was about power. Sophia steps forward. Sophia Malik had watched everything. She had laughed once and regretted it instantly. That regret grew each time Maya walked past with her head down. One afternoon in science, when Liam began another routine. "Careful, guys. Genius alert." Sophia didn't stay silent. "Why do you care so much?" she asked calmly. The room paused. Liam blinked. "What?" "You're obsessed with her, it's weird." A few nervous laughs, but not the usual roaring approval. Liam's confidence flickered. Relax, it's banter. Sophia shrugged. It's tired. That word landed harder than shouting ever could. Tired, predictable, unoriginal. For the first time, Liam didn't get applause. He got awkward silence. The assembly. A week later, the school held an assembly on online behaviour after several anonymous reports. The head teacher didn't name names, but the message was clear. Screenshots are permanent. Humiliation is not humour. Silence is participation. Maya sat stiffly, unsure whether to feel exposed or relieved. Then something unexpected happened. During the Q&A session, Sophia stood up. My question is, she said steadily, what should students do if they see bullying but are scared to speak up? The hall quieted. The head teacher answered thoughtfully, but what mattered most was this. Eyes turned toward the bullies, not toward Maya. For once, the public stand. The real turning point came in English class. The fake account resurfaced with a new post during lesson time. Phones buzzed across the room. Liam smirked. But this time, before he could speak, Maya stood. Her voice trembled at first, but it didn't break. I know most of you think this is entertainment, she said, but it's exhausting. Every day, every class, every post. I don't think I'm better than anyone. I just want to learn without being laughed at. The room was silent. Not awkward. Not tense. Reflective. You don't have to like me, she continued, but you don't get to humiliate me. There it was. Clear, direct, unapologetic. Josh looked down. Aaron avoided eye contact. And someone near the window muttered, She's right. Liam opened his mouth. But nothing clever came out. Because bullying depends on control. And control had just slipped. Consequences and collapse. The fake account was traced. IP addresses logged. Evidence gathered. This time it wasn't just detention. It was parental meetings, suspension, digital privileges removed. But the real shift wasn't punishment. It was social gravity. Without applause, Liam's performance felt empty. Without fear, his comments felt weak. And slowly, quietly, the crowd dispersed. Rebuilding. Healing isn't cinematic. It's gradual. Maya still flinched at sudden laughter. Still hesitated before speaking. But she joined debate club. She volunteered to help organise the school newsletter. She wore the yellow jumper again. And something incredible happened. People noticed her for her ideas. Not as a target, but as a leader. The final conversation. Months later, Liam approached her near the lockers. Not surrounded, not smirking. Alone. I didn't realise it got that bad, he muttered. Maya studied him. Because you weren't the one waking up anxious, she replied calmly. He nodded. There was no dramatic apology, no sudden friendship, but there was acknowledgement. And sometimes, accountability is enough. Please write where you're watching from in the FR comments section. By the end of the year, something had changed at Westbrook High. Not perfectly, not magically, but noticeably. Students interrupted jokes that crossed lines. Teachers monitored group chats more closely. People thought twice before sharing humiliating posts. And Maya. She no longer walked with curved shoulders. She walked upright. Not because she had never been hurt, but because she survived it. Bullying tried to make her smaller. Tried to convince her she was too loud, too smart, too visible. But she learned something powerful. You don't defeat a bully by disappearing. You defeat them by existing unapologetically. By speaking. By standing. By refusing to shrink. And in the end, it wasn't Liam who defined her story. It was her courage.